What's up, everybody? Welcome to the third episode of Bitcoin Magazine Happy Hour. I'm Colin Harper. Today I'm with Vlad Costea and Aaron Van Wirdum. We are in one of the back rooms at the Lightning Conference. What's up, guys?
Good. What's up with you, Vlad?
I'm okay.
Vlad.
We just had some trouble setting up all the audio, and I have to thank Mad Bitcoins because he's
thanks,
the one
man.
who
Yeah, he set us up. He's a
let
hero.
us use,
Mad Bitcoins.
he let us use the microphones and the soundboard, which is very nice.
Yeah,
And
we
right now
didn't-
we have a very professional sound. So if you have
Cheers,
time
man.
to
Thanks,
check
man.
him out on the World Crypto Network, which is on YouTube, then you should. And
Yeah.
this is the advertisement part now. You can
Yeah, this was
move on.
kind
Now
of
we can talk shit about him. He left the room.
yeah, this is kind of spontaneous. We did not have the equipment thing too figured out, and Mad Bitcoins bailed us out.
So this is cool. We're gonna do a Euro style this time.
Euro style. Yeah, what's that?
I guess you're not Euro style at all, but Vlad and me, we're bringing the Euro flavor to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I'm Eastern European, so that's debatable.
Well, yeah, you're like halfway there.
You're Romanians, or you don't think you're European? You too good
Oh,
for
we
that?
are Europeans, but
Well,
we're Eastern Europeans, which
well,
is a different
are you though?
flavor.
I feel like there's all types of different flavors.
You're
It's
not
like-
you're not even supposed to travel to Europe, are you?
Oh, I'm not a citizen of the Schengen area. So
Yeah, exactly.
They check my passport all the time.
Yeah.
They check my luggage. They
Wait, what is this? Are you being serious? Is this like a joke?
No,
no, it's not.
Like most countries within Europe, you can travel freely, but Romania.
Oh, and you can't do that. It's not open board. So every time you have to go through passport control when you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because that was the thing that was really surprised me when I was backpacking through like France and Italy and Spain. Is like we landed and I was expecting to go through passport controls like when I was studying abroad and nothing.
Well, you do it once when you land.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
when you're
that's
coming
it.
from the States, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that was a rule, which I think is really cool.
Well, there's a couple, like England isn't part of it, so Ireland isn't part of it either. So if you
okay.
go there, you also have to show your passport. I think Ireland isn't part of Schengen, right? Do you know, Vlad?
I'm not
I'm
100% sure. I can check
No, that's
just
fine.
for the
I think-
fact, just to fact check.
So
but
the-
also, Bulgaria is not a part of it.
Yeah.
well,
So the part of the idea of this podcast is we drink beer.
we drink beer and we talk about shit. I was gonna ask.
Who was on the previous ones? I heard Michael was on one of them.
Michael,
and
Cassie, almost got Riggins. Christian was on one of them. But yeah, so we drink beers. I think today Aaron's sipping on a Club Mate, which
I'm drinking Club Mate. That's like it's not beer. It's
German like party energy drink. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also a hackers drink. Like at hackers conferences, like this one, it's very popular because they stay up all night hacking, coding
sure.
stuff. And I've drank like a million gazillion of these today. Like you haven't seen me once walking around today without one of these in my
He's
hand.
literally been walking around with Club Mate all weekend.
So I might either have to take a break from the podcast at one point because I have to hit the loo, or we have to quit after. Like every.
Yeah, I'm sipping on a Lowenbrow. There's an awesome lightning dispenser at the conference. It's like 400 sats, 402 sats for a beer, which is like 3 cents, super cheap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But Vlad, you don't drink?
No, he's straight laced,
I
man.
had no idea I was supposed to bring a drink.
Oh, you
I
don't-
think
you don't
I
have
a bottle
to.
of cola here.
But you don't drink alcohol? Is that what I heard? Or
He's pretty. Yeah, I mean a little bit. I mean,
are you the one guy in Romania who doesn't drink?
Sometimes I think I drink on special occasions. Is this special?
Yeah.
Which it is a special occasion, but Fritz Cola, it's a drink. So cheers, gents. Let's we've been shooting the shit a little bit. Cheers. Let's go ahead and dive in. Lightning Conference has been pretty successful, I'd say. A lot of great talks, a lot of quality people, great refreshments, good vibe, layout pretty good. So just wanted to kind of open up the podcast with y'all's thoughts on what the first year has been like.
I thought it was great. I was here at the Hack Day last year. So they did the Hack Days before, right? They did 2 in Berlin, I think, and then 1 in München and 1 in New York or so. I'm not sure, but I was at the Berlin one about a year ago, bit over a year ago, and that was great. It really gave me this early Bitcoin vibe, like before the commercial guys got in and the suits got in. Like it was just a hackers conference, right, in the early days, and that was what a Hack Day was like. And I really like that atmosphere, and Berlin is perfect for it. It's like Berlin; it's totally the Berlin culture. And now they scaled it up to a conference, but it's kept the same vibe. Like upstairs, you have all the hacking device, like all the lightning
Really cool
play
stuff.
thingies. I didn't do any of it, to be honest.
There's like some lightning ATMs. There's a scooter that you can pay with
Yeah.
lightning, but I don't think it works. I tried to see if you could it would give me a QR code, but
Yeah, so that kind of fun stuff. Like people just also at the tables, people just hacking away, and then like 2 tracks full of pretty good talks. Like this was definitely it's the first Lightning conference, obviously, but it's good. Like it's good quality.
yeah, high quality, very high level technical conversations as well. I heard developers. I've kind of sussed out from teams. A lot of the developers are finding it very enriching.
Everyone's here. Like Rusty is here from Australia. Zeman is here. That's not Zeman is like the unpronounceable name.
Okay.
Zeman.
Who does he work for?
I think he's independent, but he's pretty prominent Lightning developer.
Okay.
Also Bitcoin sometimes, but I met him. Like all of them Lightning developers. Was anyone not here? I'm thinking out loud. Like I don't know. Everyone was here.
I mean,
keep it at that.
It's a good conference when you see the Bitcoin sign guy.
Oh yeah. He's been
he's
showing
here.
up.
I didn't see him. He's walking around.
Yeah, he's here.
He got a Lightning QR code. And that's the thing. I would.
No, usually he puts on his suit and he's very recognizable, but this time he was incognito.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I've just been obviously it makes it. It's perfect and it should be this way, but it's like being able to spend everything, like Lightning on everything, has been amazing. Like the functionality and all the things that you do. You can buy coffee.
You've been traveling on Bitcoin, and
man, this is an oasis. I mean, Arnhem was also.
It's
an
easy
oasis.
for you.
It's been easy as hell, man.
You're going to Arnhem and now here, and at our meetup, like you got it easy this time.
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
not even a challenge.
It isn't. It's like I almost like want to just spend fiat because it's just like it's been too easy. You know what I mean? It's just like it's not really special anymore. Like I was thinking about that. Like when I write the article, it's like in San Francisco, it was a big deal when I finally spent it like in the store. Like on point of sale with a merchant. Like I bought a glass piece, and I was like, "Oh, I finally did it." And the article was like a moment of triumph. From here, is like within an hour of being in Amsterdam, I bought a club sandwich with Bitcoin.
Yeah, Do they accept Bitcoin in Romania? Where in Romania are you from? Which city? Or
So I'm close to Bucharest.
Close to Bucharest. Yeah.
Yes, and you'd be surprised. There used to be places where you could pay with Bitcoin, and right now I think of pawn shops and all sort. Are they locking us up?
We're being locked in.
We're stuck here
as we speak.
We're
What is
gonna
going
be here
on?
until tomorrow morning. So, speaking of Romanian Bitcoin adoption, there are some stores where you can pay with Bitcoins, but mostly thanks to a payments processor, which is called.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Netopia.
I would count that. That's
Is it just one payment processor? Because that's basically what Arnhem is in like Amsterdam. It's just this one dude doing BitCasa. Well, a few dudes.
Yeah, it's a small team, but the one Patrick is doing the most.
As far as I know, there is only one. But we used to have exchanges, which got shut down because banks did not want to deal with them anymore. They saw them as competition, and they just marginalized them as businesses. And we had Mircea Popescu, which old-time Bitcoiners.
Oh yeah, Misea.
Yeah,
How do you pronounce it?
Mircea.
Mircea Popescu. Right. Do you know him? Yeah, he's like an old school kind of out there guy. Do you know him? Do you know him personally?
No. I mean, I found out after I got in, and it was shocking to me to know that one of the biggest Bitcoin whales is Romanian. I don't think he lives in Romania anymore, but he's sort of a legend.
Yeah, I was booted from their IRC chat. They have their own IRC chat. They probably still do. Oh, it was called BTC Markets or something? Or something like that. Do you know? No? Yeah, they had their own IRC chat. I was booted, but I was booted because I had a bad connection with my VPN or something, nothing personal.
You were saying you were surprised to see like a huge whale was from Romania. That's one of the things that I really like about this conference is there's so many people from just all over. Like you got people from
that's what I was saying. Like
the States, like all over Europe, obviously the UK, Australia, Romania. Like it's incredible the collision of culture that's kind of manifested here, and it's also really interesting to see all the different Lightning. Like I was describing it to some people. I said, if I could just translate the excitement and the fervor of this conference to people who don't know Bitcoin, like my family and my friends who like know Bitcoin, but they're not really into the culture and they're not even close to this. Because a lot of the people who are just into Bitcoin marginally aren't even exposed to this kind of the kind of conference vibe that you get of all the developers and all the people building products and wallets being together and talking together and like kind of swapping notes and seeing what each other is working on. It makes you extremely fucking bullish on all of the things that are being built on this new infrastructure.
Yeah, but it's not about price here at all.
No.
No one gives a fuck about price, even 1 bit. Can we say fuck on an American podcast? I guess we can't say fuck on an American podcast, can we?
Hey, don't worry, Callie doesn't listen to this. That's what.
But that's what I said. We're doing Euro style this time, so.
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
it.
It's fair game. Win in Rome, right?
Exactly.
But that's the thing too. Is that, like people like. I mean, the price is dipping right now. No one talked about it at all. Like everyone's just excited about all these new Lightning features. I've talked to so many companies here where they're coming out. They're just coming out with crazy different iterations and like certain use cases, or they're trying to solve all these different problems. It's really interesting because Lightning is the developer community is thriving right now.
Judging by this conference, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done for Lightning, right? Like it's still very young, and there's still. Yeah. But I was talking with Rusty the other day, and he doesn't think there are any conceptual problems unsolved. Like it's all kind of solved. Like it's all thought out how it will work and can work, and like liquidity and routing, and like he's not worried about any of that. It's just
user experience.
But that's a solvable problem as well. It's just someone needs to actually do it. Like the code needs to be written. Like that's the main thing. Like it actually needs to be done. And
that's the thing. I was talking to Connor earlier from L&D, and I was saying, for me as a guy who will try to explain the tech to people, but like don't, some of the tech is really hard to conceptualize. It's like I don't know exactly how it works on the same level they do, but I know it works because I've used it. And that's one of the more eye-opening things.
Well, I've used it. It doesn't work all the time.
No,
like I've had failures as well, and that's what I mean. Well, it's still young, and sometimes you won't sometimes you won't find a route, and you're waiting for like a minute before you finally find out that there's no route.
Absolutely. But that's one thing I've noticed kind of stuff. This week is like I've only had a few times where like I'm running Lightning, and like it hasn't been able to find a route.
This week I haven't had any problems myself either.
Yeah, it's been like incredibly smooth, that's just really nice to see, because there are kinks. Like I've had some few times where I try to log into my wallet and like it kind of crashes randomly, and like the syncing with Neutrino, maybe the connection's bad, so you can't get the blocks that you need. So like the app just doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you have to wait until you have stronger connection.
Yeah. But like I said, these are all solvable problems. Like they're not conceptually unsolvable or anything.
Yeah.
It's just got to improve, got to iterate, got
Absolutely.
to put in the work.
What's been your favorite part of the conference, Vlad?
Well, the fact that you can see on each level something else. And I think right here at the floor level, we saw the presentations, which are more like publicity and PR and announcements and proposals for technologies. Whereas upstairs, it's all about what's already available. And you see proofs of concept.
Yeah.
And you see small machines like ATMs in which you insert coins and you get Satoshis. And you see proposals for actual nodes that are going to be released, and hardware wallets, and the phone which runs a full Bitcoin node, and then the people from BTC Pay Server, and the people from BitRefill.
Some crazy gaming stuff too, like the guys that you interviewed yesterday. Can you talk a little bit about the Street Fighter game too? Because I think that's kind of a funny use case.
Guys, I wasn't joking about having to hit the loo, so I'm just gonna take a break, and you chat on, and I'll see you in a bit. I hope we're not actually locked in.
Okay, so now that Aaron is leaving, we can gossip. I think you can punch the door. He'll be back.
He went through another door. But anyway, talk about some of the gaming applications that you've seen so far.
I think, so we were speaking of that Street Fighter type game.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of these games. I used to play a lot of Mortal Kombat when I was younger. So the idea that you can punch opponents and do combos and stuff in a video game, and you win or lose Satoshis depending on how well you do.
Yeah, so for those in the audience, it's this Street Fighter game that this dude created. It's a clone, and it has different like Bitcoin characters from Bitcoin culture, and you, depending on how well you do with your combos and stringing together punches and kicks, you take Satoshis from the other player. And the same thing, and you can lose Satoshis as well. And you can also, someone can pay to give you health. And it's all very, like, people have been playing it a lot, and it's been pretty funny to see people test it out. Very niche use case, obviously, but still fun to see those things being possible on Lightning,
Oh, yeah, and the characters from the game, like Roger Cash and the Blockstream Spy.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's Satoshi's Games, which is rolling out a Fortnite Bitcoin clone where you can, when you kill people, depending on if they stake something on the game, then you take Satoshis from them. And I think also they have like in-game purchasable like helmets and different like costumes and skins, and you can lose those in the games as well. And they have Satoshi values, and you can lose those Satoshi values as you play. Is that correct?
Yes. So the idea about Light Night, about which I actually wrote an article, which I suppose got published, or will have been published by the way we end this, or we publish it as a podcast. It's a nice game. It's a clone of Fortnite. It's called Light Night. It allows you to earn Satoshis when you frag opponents. And it's a nice concept that I guess is...
I mean, it's extremely niche, but it's fun.
It's niche. It's fun. I hope that it onboards some video gamers who otherwise know nothing about Bitcoin or Lightning Network, but just want to make some extra money. And unlike Fortnite, where you have a virtual currency that you can spend in-game for a character customization, this is about Satoshis that you can spend anywhere on anything. You can just remove... withdraw, not remove. You withdraw the Satoshis into your own wallet, and from that point on, you can go on Bitrefill, possibly, and buy some kind of gift card with the Satoshis that you made playing a video game. If I was a child right now, and I had about 8 years or something, I would play a lot of Lightning games and make Satoshis and possibly get rich.
Well, you saw there was like a poll a while ago for like some major media outlet, and the poll was like asking Gen Z, whom I will refer to as Zoomers in this podcast, they're asking all the Zoomers if you could get paid, like, what do you want for Christmas? Do you want like cash, like dollars, or do you want some sort of virtual currency? And the most of them said they wanted Fortnite bucks, and a couple others said they wanted crypto and Bitcoin. So I think like rolling stuff like gaming, like trying to integrate Bitcoin into gaming for kids, it's a kind of a clunky thing, and again, it's very niche. But if you can find a way to Trojan horse that in, that would be huge, especially for younger generations who everything's digital anyway, and it just makes more sense to them.
Yeah, but call me a boomer or whatever is the adjective.
give me the boomer perspective.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I appreciate cash. I
Yeah,
understand
but-
that we need Bitcoin as sound money because it's scarce, but at the same time, I want cash because it's confidential. It doesn't leave marks. You can
Yeah, but
just-
you're not most people.
Cash doesn't work online.
Most people, yes, and that
And
is
more
well.
commerce is moving online. Because I agree with you, in the physical world, I'll use cash.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been hard to get at through the internet lines. So I'm using Bitcoin for that where possible.
I mean, that's one of the best things is like if we can make like lightning payments, especially online, seamless, it'd be so much quicker than having to do like, unless you're saving your debit or credit card information, but that's really not good on your like home like network or something like that.
That's why I like BTC Pay Server, because it just generates an invoice, you pay for it, and that's it.
Yeah, it's
You
great.
don't have to register with your address,
I love
with your
spending on
email
Bitcoin
or
online,
whatever.
man. It's great. I think Aaron's right. Like that's where it's going to be useful. People also have stigmas against like spending your Bitcoin. Like people always like when I tell them I'm doing like the living on Bitcoin thing, they look at me funny and they're like, "Why the fuck would you spend it?" You know?
Well,
Which I
because
also
you got to eat.
Yeah. Hey, right. See? And I kind of say that's kind of my rationale. It's like I'd be spending this money anyway, and I'm going to spend and replace regardless, right? Like I'm going to get more Bitcoin after I spend this Bitcoin, but
So you're not all in?
no, I'm not all in.
Weak sauce.
Are you guys all in?
No comments.
So, but dude, that's like, but seriously, on that note, like sometimes I'll come home to like my girlfriend, right? And I'll just be talking about something that day at work or something cool that I wrote about, and I look at her, and I'm just like, I don't know why I don't have all my money in this right now, or at least like, more than what I do have. Like I have a sizable chunk of my net worth in it, which is not very much. I'm a very poor man. But
We all are.
No financial advice here.
no, not a financial advisor.
Or is it?
At all.
Or is it kind of?
If you want to listen to a podcast which has Bitcoin whales and rich people, then I guess you should switch to Trace Mayer or something.
Well, it's funny
Yeah,
because
pick another one.
people like back home, whenever I tell them I do Bitcoin, especially my old friends, they're like, "Oh yeah, like you must be loaded with." Like I went to like a high school reunion, and they're like, "You must be loaded," and I was like, "Bro, no, like don't, like no, like you think that I am, but that's a stereotype." And also, if I were, I wouldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, "Yeah, dude, I'm loaded with Bitcoin."
But then again, if we were doing a Monero podcast, we would pretend that we don't own any, and nobody actually owns Monero, and it's just
Of course, no one knows Monero because there's
Nobody
no
owns
reason
it.
for anyone to own Monero. Hot take. Not that hot.
Also, got to be careful with these boat trips. And these are, I can tell you that much.
Tell you, man, lost a lot of keys boating.
These are risky.
I mean,
lot of
I
boating
heard
accidents.
nowadays when you go on a boat trip, they ask you to bring a hardware wallet.
Yeah,
it's like
weird,
a
huh?
requirement. But then they just get a lot of turbulence, and the sea becomes angry whenever you get on with a hardware wallet.
This is actually a good segue into something that I've really appreciated here is the KYC-free Bitcoin ATMs because those really don't exist in the United
just in Berlin?
States. Yeah, I guess. I mean, are there? But are there not some in the Netherlands, or is it basically just in
but they're
Berlin?
definitely KYC AML
Okay,
client.
but Prague as well, right? There are certain places in Europe that have KYC-free ATMs, and
I don't live everywhere in Europe. I just live
oh,
in the
I mean,
Netherlands.
I thought you know everything, man. You're European. So Americans think it's like, oh, you live in Europe, then you must know everything about every country.
But Colin, I guess it's also up to the way you define KYC because I know some ATMs where you're supposed to give your phone number for a text message which you receive and you validate the transaction.
Yeah.
And they consider that your phone number is your KYC because they associate the phone number with your identity.
Right, and then sometimes like if you're using a debit card, that's obviously not KYC because that's obviously KYC because like they're going to know your financial information from that. But I'm talking about like there are ATMs here, and one of them is provided by I always mispronounce it, Paralelpolis. What is it?
Well, I don't speak Czech.
But like, what's
But
the first?
I would pronounce it as Paralelnipolis.
Paralelpolis, yeah. So it means parallel state in English. But anyway, they have an ATM outside, and you just put in cash and you get Bitcoin, and that's awesome because like I was thinking, that's a.
You're still going to Prague.
Yeah, for sure.
Or have you been there? Why do you know this? Why
do
you have all of this information, Colin?
Research. But like, it's cool, man, because you can do that to buy Bitcoin if you're an American. I mean, like, you'd have to get euros first. But if there are two-way ATMs, one of the things I'm going to do, I'm trying to meet up with my girlfriend after this in Belgium, and I would like, if I could find a two-way ATM in Prague, I want her to send me some more Bitcoin from my hardware wallet back home because I can circumvent the fees at the airport or the bank store.
That's actually genuinely cheaper if you just
Yeah,
sell
it's
Bitcoin.
so much. It's crazy cheap.
What's up?
It's like, what's up, Matt Bitcoin?
Matt Bitcoin walked
just
in,
came
but
in.
he left again. So
But it's like outrageously more cheap. It's
how
like
long is the podcast usually? How much time do we have to fill?
probably like I'd say we do like more like 10 more minutes. 15
Okay,
more minutes.
that's fair.
Is that okay? Is that
What do you think, Vlad?
Aaron's a very busy man. Vlad's looking at his phone. He's bored.
Speaking of phones, or were we in the middle of something? Next topic. Speaking of phones, did you see Async's new wallet? It's called
no.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, mobile
So
wallets.
what is explain Phoenix to?
So it user interface the way the difference between Lightning and on-chain.
Okay.
So you just got a balance, and it's like a balance, and then you can pay either Lightning or on-chain.
Oh, so
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
And then the phone itself figures out what's the best solution.
Okay.
And it uses a submarine swap or something if it has to go from Lightning to on-chain.
Wow, that sounds super complicated. What are the trade-offs with that?
I think it's costly, right, to do the submarine swaps. It's like one transaction for which you pay the fee.
Well, I think you're doing the submarine swap with Async itself. Like they're kind of a middleman for that type of service. I don't know if it's expensive. I haven't asked.
So that's a trusted third party right there.
Yeah, kinda. So that's the trade-off. But you can also just pay with Lightning, and then it's not
But
a
do they
trusted
use
third
zero
party.
confirmation or something? Because
Well, why
otherwise
would
it can take a while.
Well, no. So your let me think. Okay, so your Lightning, the balance is actually all Lightning, but you can still make on-chain payments through a submarine swap.
Right, because they just do the submarine swap and then they send it on chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, or can you actually? No. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked really cool. It looked really slick. Like that's, I've always been saying like that's the thing.
This thing holding Lightning wallets back is like
Yeah, because it's like a new network effect you're starting up. Like now, like even though Bitcoin still has a very small network effect, now if you have Lightning wallet, you can't even pay Bitcoin people if they're not also using Lightning.
for
So it's
sure.
like a whole new network effect, and they're solving that with their wallet in a totally slick user interface. Like you don't even need to worry about it.
I've been hearing a lot about submarine swaps this conference. And I recall, like, I remember we talked about it like a long time ago, very briefly over Slack, like when like Alex Bosworth was first really talking about it, and people weren't really reacting to it. You know what I mean? Like people were trying to solve other problems, and it just wasn't really high on the priority list. Mm-hmm. Now people are really starting to think about things to do with submarine swaps. Like I've heard a lot of like different talk from companies about trying to do like stuff like that. Trying to revamp how wallets can balance have their funds and send them on chain or with Lightning. Also, just like how people were trying to do like perhaps maybe have some sort of fiat on ramp. Like if you had like something like a token, like Tether or something like that.
Well, did you see my panel? No, I know you didn't. Did you see my panel, Vlad?
No.
You both
I
missed
was
my
doing
panel.
interviews.
Weren't you guys supposed to be working at the conference?
I was.
Yeah,
What's going on?
I was working.
Oh, you were working.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, working.
So I had so the Spark Swap guys.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. I think that's what you're talking about, right? Like
Yeah,
you just buy a Lightning panel with fiat. You just send fiat and you get a Lightning panel in exchange.
Yeah.
And wasn't there another company doing something like that? Anyways,
No,
that's what you're talking about. So that's here already.
Yeah, and like Radar Ion it's not. I don't think it's submarine swaps. But I was talking about them. I was like shooting the shit about like potentially doing something like that, like having USDT or like some other token for like some sort of like trustless exchange.
Well, yeah. So then you can actually have like a DEX.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but you call it a trustless exchange, but you're still trusting Tether in that case, of course.
Yeah,
but yeah, fair enough. Like if that's the assumption you're willing to make, then you can actually create very cool DEXs with Lightning.
Yeah.
And I think there was a talk about it as well on day one.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. Like again, it is like Tether's still like I don't know. Like you shouldn't drink the Kool-Aid about like manipulating markets, but still sketchy and like
Don't hold Tether. Like I recommend against holding Tether.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't think it's like this big scam that's been perpetuated.
I remember you talked me off that cliff.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And I was
Yeah,
talking to you
probably.
about it.
We also had Amy on board, of course. And I had some discussions with her.
So that's something I don't understand journalists who hate Bitcoin. Do you know what I mean? Like the ones who make their careers on hating Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's kind of odd, right? Like they are, like you said, they're making their career in Bitcoin, hating Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I would just find something else in the world that I would
it's just
find
like I guess they're just so
interesting.
angry. Like maybe they just can't get a job anywhere else.
But
and
it
just
also,
like,
maybe, but it also speaks actually to the success of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin has grown so massively successful that there's now markets for journalists that are just critical of Bitcoin.
yeah,
Like,
exactly critical and even just like fudworthy. If you ever like read anything of David Gerard, like it's incredible how like,
unreasonable.
it is. It's absolutely unreasonable.
Yeah.
It's just like like just absolutely completely denying the facts. Like you totally be like no one's using this, and then you actually show evidence. Or like when Amy will be like no one you can't use this, and just like I've used it.
Is there a lot of Romanian specific journalism going on in Bitcoin, or are there like Romanian websites? Have you worked for any of them?
I actually got an offer yesterday from one of them to write.
Are you going to take it?
I just told them that I don't have much time because right now Christy is passing me so many assignments, and sometimes I write one article a day, and it might not sound much, but
Depends on
I have
what
to do
article.
some
Depends on the
research.
article, right? No, Vlad is our rising star. Colin's already established by now. Vlad is our new rising star.
I used to be like the poster boy of Crypto Insider.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then it
yeah.
shut down. And I remember, Aaron, I wrote to you when I wanted to leave them. Because
Yeah, you did. I think I replied very briefly, like just
Yes,
email.
you
but-
gave me an email address, which was useful.
Yeah.
But then I changed my mind because they came back to me and made me another offer. And I stood by them, and I was with them for another 6
So
months.
what? You almost worked for Bitcoin Magazine back in the day?
Yes,
Is what you're saying?
in January.
Oh, bro.
But is Crypto Insider down now?
Yeah, it's gone.
They shut down. It's a long story. We were about to launch a new website, and the boss's girlfriend died, and he got depressed.
Christ.
And in the end, he ended up not doing anything. And anyway, he was into Tezos, which is sketchy at best. They have a lot of lawsuit problems, and
Right.
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
know what's
Tezos,
going on.
it took them like a year to launch because the SEC was up their ass from day one.
okay, we're Bitcoin Magazine. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, it's all trash, man. That's something that
I
Aaron...
thought this was some juicy. Well, anyways, yeah, let's
It is,
move on. That's better.
it is juicy, but that's what Aaron
is right.
Aaron kicked the shitcoin out of me when he came to Bitcoin Magazine.
You used to work for Doug Polk, right?
For what?
Doug Polk, the guy with...
Who did?
Oh yeah, Doug Polk.
Coin
Yeah,
Central.
so yeah, that's
you work? Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of the dark secret of my origins. Actually, is I used to
Right.
work at Coin Central. It's just like I know you got an offer from them. So like, yeah, so Doug Polk is this like this poker guy. He's actually a really good poker player. Like he played at the World Series of Poker one year. Like, dude's legit.
Yeah.
He had these shitcoin YouTube videos, and he's just like a charismatic, good-looking guy. So like he just,
Well, he's also good at like his videos are
Yeah,
fun
he's
to
very
watch. I also watch his poker videos sometimes
Yeah.
because I kind of play
he's a
poker
great
sometimes.
poker player, and he's got another a website called like Upswing Poker or something like that.
Have you been keeping up with the latest cheating drama going on? No, you're not in poker. Never mind. Then it's a Bitcoin podcast. Fuck it.
I mean, but dude, there's a lot of overlap between Bitcoin and poker.
Yeah,
It's
so
kinda
there
crazy.
was this. So you know that sometimes they broadcast poker, right?
Yeah.
And there was like this live stream where they were broadcasting poker, and it was like this popular thing. And there was one guy who was always winning.
Yeah.
Like he was like a
Was he
godlike.
filming other people's hands?
Yeah, he was getting the messages on his phone or something, allegedly, but it's
shit.
pretty obvious.
Okay,
so
yeah.
it's a big scandal in the poker world right now, and Doug Polk has been making a bunch
Yeah,
of videos
yeah.
on that as well.
So he started a website with a bunch of people, and anyway, but yeah, it's like so many of those websites popped up during the ICO.
Are we
boom.
being kicked out?
Okay.
Soonish. Okay, we gotta wrap up soonish,
Yeah, we
but
got to
not
wrap
right
up
now.
maybe 8 more minutes or so of recording, but
What's we need to get something important in.
I don't think
So far we've just been
important.
What's important, guys? Vlad, what's we gotta get something important in the podcast for the people who are listening.
I mean, you're important, right?
Hey,
You're like the superstar of Bitcoin journalism.
Well, thank you, Vlad. That's very nice of you.
And I'm going to try to hang out with you tonight just to see what it's like to be so famous.
day in
and
the
maybe
life of Aaron
myself
Van
in
Wirdum.
5 years, I will be in your position. And I got to prepare for that.
It's been pretty cool though. Like I don't know. Like on that note, like what you were saying earlier, just like it's been pretty cool to get three of us together. You know, like the three big Bitcoin guys at Bitcoin Magazine. You know, like the real dudes who are like, you know, balls deep into loving this stuff.
Is that us?
I think so.
I mean, you got Michael. He's a huge.
Yeah,
fan,
but Michael
for sure.
doesn't write as much. You know, Michael.
sure.
Come on,
Michael wants to
don't
do,
diss
yeah.
him. On a
No, I
podcast.
love. No, Michael, I love you, babe. Michael runs social media for us at Bitcoin Magazine, among other things. He does a lot of product review stuff. But I just think, like in terms of like journalists, like you know, the guys like
We
really.
have Jimmy, right?
Yeah, Jimmy for sure. But Jimmy's not as into it. You know, I think he makes good money doing it.
But he has a lot of articles that he
He
publishes.
does, for sure. Absolutely. But as for important things, I was talking to Connor about, have you heard much about TLV? I don't know what the acronym actually.
It sounds like Tel Aviv to me, but that's probably not what you mean.
No, it's like this, he was telling me how it's basically it's basically going to be some sort of like protocol upgrade, and I'm going to butcher this because I didn't actually, he was talking about it too technical level for me to really understand it, but it's basically a way for developers to test out certain features, and users can integrate those features without the entire implementation, like LND or Eclair, having to update.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so, yeah, go ahead. You,
Well, you should first finish your sentence. I just thought of something important.
But anyway, so like it basically that, and like it's going to be a way for people to test those things, and apparently there's going to be easier like operability between languages or
Right,
something like
okay.
that, between implementations without having to wait for like spec sheets where they have to take all of the code and then find some way to translate it or something like that. But what was your important?
Yeah,
point?
well, it's not really breaking news, but it's still like Electrum is coming out with their implementation of Lightning.
Yeah.
That's major.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that's the first Bitcoin wallet that's already established and out there, and people are using it. That's now gonna offer Lightning into their user interface. So that's gonna probably onboard a ton of people. And
Yeah, for sure.
Electrum's been doing great work for years now, and it's certainly been going to be proper stuff, and it's going to be its own implementation. So there's
Right.
going to be a fourth major implementation as well.
Yeah, for sure. They've been
I think
working on
that's,
it. They've been working on it for like a year and a half too. They've been working on this for a long time.
Oh,
They've
I
been
know,
pretty quiet
because
about it.
last year at the Hack Day, they were already at the point where they thought they were going to launch soon.
Oh yeah.
Like last year at the Hack Day, they said we're going to launch. Someone asked like ETA for launch, and they said before Christmas.
Okay.
And then someone in the audience said as a joke, "Which Christmas?" And then everyone laughed. And now we're a year further, so
Yeah,
it's
so,
actually
hey,
going to be the other Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking to Connor. He said he was really excited about the concept of having like Electrum servers for like, you know, all
Yeah.
the Bitcoin servers for
Yeah,
like
exactly.
all types of like liquidity and
Yeah.
routing and because I mean that's the big one of the things he was saying is that's like the big thing that they're really trying to work on is really just making routing as smooth as possible because that's really kind of like what you were saying earlier. I think like we know what we need to do to fix those problems,
Yeah.
but it just all the pieces need to fall into place. You know?
Yeah, what else? I enjoyed doing my panel. I think it went fairly well. I had an exchange panel.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us a little more about that. Like,
Yeah, so it was someone from Bitstamp, Hodl, CMT. Oh, we gotta wrap up. Okay, we actually got to wrap up now. We're getting the sign that we got to wrap up. Oh, I shouldn't forget the last one. It's Spark Swap, just for the record. People should watch it online. You know, we got to wrap up. So I'll just say,
yeah, for sure.
The whole conference is online, so people can watch everything.
All the talks are online. They're gonna be on YouTube. Make sure to check them out. There've been some really quality ones. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to wrap up here. Vlad is using the restroom, it seems. So it's me and Aaron at this point.
Thomas, can you sign us off in the genuine style? Are we done? We're done. We're gonna be signed off. All right, go for it.
All right, thanks for hanging out at the Lightning Conference 2019. This has been Bitcoin Magazine. Until next time, bye-bye.
See you guys. We'll see you next week.